Hi, my name is Debra R. Richardson of Debra R. Richardson LLC, and I work with you to help you clean up your vendor data, clean up your vendor processes so that you pay the right vendor. Now, this week's vendor master file tip of the week is when you need to confirm bank changes with the vendor twice. Yes, two times. So let's get started. Now, you are all probably doing the confirmation call before you make the change in your accounting system or ERP when there is a request to change your vendor's banking. But we all know that there are confirmation call issues. Of them, it may not have been done, and that is because maybe you don't have contact information for the vendor, and maybe the vendor does not have a web presence, and so it just doesn't get done. Also, it happens more than you think. You may have, or a team member may have confirmed the banking with the fraudster, and of course, they're going to say it's okay. And that could be, again, because there's no contact information and right? They want to get the job done. The email looks legitimate, right? Because the fraudsters are in your vendor's email. Sometimes they'll send the request from a historical email string, making it look more legitimate. And so all those combined really increases, and it explains why there's a growing trend that you're confirming, or your team members may have confirmed with a fraudster. And so we know that there are issues with the confirmation call, and so what I recommend is that you also confirm with the vendor after the payment reaches the vendor. Now, it doesn't have to be all. It can be those vendors that have had remittance changes, say within the last 90 days. You can also restrict it to those with payments over a certain threshold. This works really well if you have a big payment you don't normally have, like for a construction project. You will contact the vendor within 2 days, because that's when, after you send their ACH payment, that's when they should see it in their bank, and just verify they received the payment. And what this does is it lets you and the vendor know much quickly if they did not receive the payment. And if they didn't receive the payment, now you still have time to recover. This is much quicker than waiting for the vendor to miss the payment, which could be days or weeks later, at which time it could be too late to recover the funds. Now, if you would like more internal controls, best practices to prevent fraud, make sure you check out the link in the description. I will put the link to the Bank of AP. It's really an internal control system to combat business email compromise. It is a 6-step process, and you also get templates that you can use to implement. So check that out if you're interested. I really recommend it if you almost had a fraudulent payment or you have had a fraudulent payment. This will put some immediate steps in place to prevent it go forward. Now, if you would like more information on how to improve your vendor process, please go to my website, deborarrichardson.com, for free tools and resources to avoid fraud, regulatory fines, and just overall bad vendor data. And you can also go to the Vendor Process Training Center for up to 60 hours of vendor process training. So check that out as well. So good luck, and be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified next Tuesday for the next Vendor Master File tip of the week.